Alrighty, everybody, back on 72 Nova here just a little bit. Kind of want to show you what we're doing. We did get Dad's Nova done pretty much for the my brother's wedding and all. Got to drive it, got the exhaust under it. I will definitely make a video of it very shortly. But as everybody knows, this is kind of the car I want to turn into the race car. I do have a 496. I do have an 871 blower to go on it. But first thing first, we got to address this small issue with trunk pan and that frame rail that had to been fixed over there, so it's a little bit better shape. Welded it. It looked like it had been hit over there and it was creased, and I pulled it out and welded it all back up. I'm going to add an additional brace inside of it too. It's going to be hard to see it, so I'm going to add another brace inside so it doesn't have a problem. I didn't do anything else to it, but the problem with this, I might need to go ahead and at least get both gas tank brackets too. But all this back here, how badly it's bent inside here. So I got this tiny trunk pan here, but it's not going to cover enough. I didn't realize how bad it was. It came with the car. But they make a panel that actually comes all the way back to here. Don't get me wrong, tail panel's got to be replaced. I got a brand new quarter at the swap meet for 120 bucks. Full quarter. It's going to go on the passenger side. I'm going to try to find another driver's side full quarter. But the way that panel looks like it goes, it looks like it's about here. All the way across to probably right about here, hopefully. And if I need to put in a little piece of metal, patch that up on that, I will. And it goes up, I think, a little bit farther. And I still may have to cut and fix a few holes up here. Get them repaired, knocked out. But literally all this is just gone. And that panel back here, let me scoot back so you can actually see what's going on. See, she was smacked. She was smacked good. And I've already pulled it out some. You can kind of see a little bit. But that whole panel's going to need to be replaced. I started cutting off. You can see a little bit better where I did the welds there too. It looks pretty good. I need to grind it down, and like I said, I want to add support in there so it doesn't flex or anything with that big block. And then the whole, check that out. Like, it's not even attached. So we got to cut all that out. We got to come up here, pull the lead out of the top. I think I'm going to do a little bit more of a how-tos on this stuff. I am waiting on the trunk pan supposed to be here, I think Monday. I might use Dad's Nova deck lid to line everything up, because that needs to be done. I want to take, because as much as this car is going to be apart, all that bracing is going to be gone. The tail panel has to come off. I mean, just look at this god-awful mess. I mean, look, this is the welding that somebody did to fix this car. It's crazy. We'll get it right. And I almost need to go as far as to go ahead and before I hang the quarters and pull the doors off to make sure I put new bushings in the doors in here, because check this out. You see the door? Here. See how low that is? Picks up, fine. Let it down, not as fine. So the door bushings have got to be replaced, and I need to set the gap before I pull the quarters off, just to make sure they're done right. But that doesn't look too terribly difficult, hopefully. And then when the doors are off, I'll go ahead and sandblast them, put them back on. This side isn't too terribly bad for gap. The bottom of the door needs to come over a little bit, but all that can be fixed. The other side's the one that's got me worried, but I think it's just where, once again, whoever had done it just did not take their time. Because it's had, like I said, a full quarter has been replaced here, and even into the right here is where they welded it in down that seam, and that does take a little bit. And you can kind of tell that's what's going on. They didn't take the time to fix it right. That side ain't as bad for the door leaning. But we'll get back on it. And we'll take you in here real quick Let it focus. We'll go back in here to the shop. I did a little bit of work on the Camaro. I'll scoot in here real quick. Got my daily, my little Honda. I'll show you what we got going on here. So I've been working a little bit on the 68. Get over here, got the bed line all over the floor. And this is the Speedo Coat T-Rex coating. But I like it. It's already very, very tough on the floor. But I sanded it all down to the bare metal, etched it with, I think it was 80 grit. And then I took some primer, primed it all up. I still do need to take some time. I'm going to do the trunk of the car dark gray so it matches somewhat close to the aqua black spatter paint that would go in there. I need to do that. I still need to take a little bit more time where all the bare metal is here, clean it up, prime the top before I put the headliner in it. I need to get headliner bows, and then lastly I do need to paint the dash and get that done. There's still a few little low spots on the dash that I never got to, because remember back in the day this was all metal. I had to come in and cut it and fix it, but it's all sheet metal. I cut up an entire part of a dash just to get that front section, and I welded it all the way across so it's good to go. Also sanded it down here and bedlined the inside of the cowl too, just in case water ever stands, but it looks really good too. So we're getting some stuff buttoned up on a couple cars at the same time. And then a little last thing real quick, and once again I'll make another video just for the Nova, just to show everybody what's going on with it. But did get, once again, the hood, you've seen that in the other video, how it's painted and cleaned up. I drove it to a car show too. Think about it. I mean, this is the first time this car has been even out to anything really on the road since '71. I mean, Dad took it and ran it drag raced at Piedmont Dragway back in the day, and Rockingham and all these other places. But what we did here, show you a little bit of what's going on. We do have, it's a full 3-inch exhaust. And just to get under here, it's pretty much straight. It does have the race mufflers under it, but with those ladder bars, they're just, it's just the way it's got to be. It has to physically be run that way, otherwise it wouldn't have an exhaust. And it is terribly, terribly loud. I do got to try to find some muffler it's a little bit quieter. It's even a little bit too loud for me, and I like loud stuff. But my brother was super excited about it being at his wedding, because it cleaned up pretty good. I mean, it really did. And I also got some blue. We got this here custom mixed up to match the blue down here on the bottom. And it's in acrylic enamel. We're going to try to do it because that's a lacquer that's on the car. So I'm going to go in there and try to blend it. If I can do both sides, I'd like to. I might try to take, if I can match the other side, if I can do just the rocker, I will. If it's really super close, I may back mask, like when you do primer, to do a soft edge all the way across here to the bottom, and do both sides and just clean up all these. And it's just from rocks, rock nicks, and from driving it. Same thing on the back, to take care of all of it. And let me show you the bad. The other side is the bad. But down here, and keep in mind that exhaust, you still got plenty of space. There's like 8 inches or so. But where that paint's peeling, right there, all the way down. That, like I said, I'm gonna try on this side if I can do the door below all the way down and save as much of his paint as I can. I will. But like I said, if I need to, I'll sand it all the way up to that body line and back mask it down and spray it. That way, this right here, if it's close enough pigment wise, you won't even notice it. If it's back masked here, do a soft edge right here across that line, I think it'll look good enough that most people wouldn't know. and keep the integrity of his car and his paint job. But it did good. It did some crazy driving this thing too with those gears in it. It's fun though. Really, really fun. And we can do a little startup real quick too, just so you can hear it. It's going to be really loud here in the shop, but make sure she's in neutral. I think I got another bird over there in the exhaust for the, turn the heat off. Up. Fan. Good news, that works. Okay, we'll try it out here. Once again, I will go ahead and do a ride down the road video too. I wonder if that alternator's making a little bit of noise. Ooh, that belt's a little loose. I might need to tighten it up. We'll do a ride around video too very shortly. That way everybody can see what the thing's like in a ride around. All right, everybody. Like always, thank you for watching. Stay tuned. We got a lot more coming up.